Hello and welcome back to Horoscope TV. I'm really so glad you were here with us today.
Thank you so much. It is really great to be back here.
We have a very special show for you today. Usually we bounce around all the different zodiac signs, checking in on everyone, but today we are zooming in on just one sign.
Right, just one.
We are looking at the week ahead for all our Leo listeners out there.
That is right. If you have a Leo sun, a Leo rising, or, even a Leo moon, this is the update for you.
Exactly.
We are analyzing the data for the week of Monday, March 2nd through Sunday, March 8th, 2026.
And let me tell you, I was reviewing the astrological data before we started, and this does not look like a boring week at all.
Oh, no, not at all.
It actually looks huge.
It really is huge. It is not just a regular business as usual kind of week. We have some major events happening in the sky.
Yeah, that stood out to me too.
We have a lunar eclipse, and we have a really big shift in the planetary energy. It is going to affect money, and it is going to affect passion.
Money and passion. I mean, those are usually the two things you want to know about the most.
Always the top two.
But what jumped out at me when I was looking at the transits is that this week feels totally split.
How do you mean?
It feels like two completely different moods just packed into one single 7-day period.
That is a really great observation. It honestly is a week of two very distinct chapters.
Right.
If I had to give it a summary for Leo, I would say, eat your vegetables, then go to the party.
Eat your vegetables, then go to the party. I like that a lot. It sounds really responsible, but also fun.
It is very true to the data. You have this heavy, rigorous, almost surgical energy at the start of the week that is coming from the sign of Virgo and the eclipse. It feels a bit like work. It feels like cleaning up messes.
The vegetables.
Exactly, the vegetables. But then, right around Thursday or Friday, the whole script just flips.
Completely.
We move into Aries energy. And Aries is bold. It is adventurous. It is where all the fun happens.
But you can't just skip the first part to get to the second part, can you?
No, and that is the big trap. If you try to bypass the heavy lifting on Monday and Tuesday, the fun part later in the week will not land right.
It just will not work.
Right. You need the foundation. You do the hard work on your finances first, and then you get the grand adventure later.
I am seeing phrases in our notes here like new ways to earn cash and grand adventures.
Yes.
That sounds really promising. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Good idea.
Let's unpack all this data step by step. The biggest thing on the map is this lunar eclipse.
Yes, the eclipse.
It happens on Tuesday, March 3rd.
March 3rd. This is absolutely the turning point of the week.
Now, for the listener who hears the word eclipse and just thinks, oh, pretty moon in the sky, can we explain what the data actually says is happening?
Of course.
Like, why is this a turning point?
So think of a regular full moon. Usually that is a time of illumination.
Seeing things clearly.
Right, seeing things clearly. A lunar eclipse is like a full moon on steroids.
Yeah.
It is about 10 times the intensity.
10 times.
It doesn't just show you a problem, it forces a climax. Things that have been building up for a long time finally bubble over.
Like a pot boiling over on the stove.
Exactly like that. It forces the issue, so you have to deal with it. And for Leo, this eclipse is happening in the sign of Virgo.
Okay, Virgo.
In the astrological chart for Leo, Virgo governs what we call the money zone.
The money zone.
Specifically, your daily resources, your salary, and your spending habits.
So the spotlight is basically blasting directly onto your bank account.
It is. A lunar eclipse in your money zone means a chapter is closing regarding your finances. It is a time for a conclusion.
A conclusion.
Ah.
That sounds a little scary. Does that mean losing money or losing a job?
Not necessarily. It can actually be very good.
Sure.
Think of it as a financial cleanup.
A cleanup, okay.
The data says this is a powerful turning point. It shows you might finally pay off a lingering debt.
Oh, I see. So conclusion could mean the end of a debt.
Yes.
That is the best kind of ending.
Right. It is about finishing something heavy. Maybe you have had this credit card bill hanging over your head for months.
Yeah, we all know that feeling.
The energy of this eclipse gives you the push to finally pay it off and say, I am done with that.
That feels like a huge relief, just getting that weight off your shoulders.
It really is. It is about finding freedom. The data also mentions another possible scenario.
What is that?
You might find a totally new way to earn money. Since this is an eclipse, it often involves letting go of an old way of making money that wasn't working.
So you drop the old thing so a new way can come in.
Precisely. Out with the old, in with the new. And there is one more specific thing mentioned in the analysis that I think you and really a lot of people will relate to.
Oh boy. What is that?
Ending subscriptions that drain the bank account.
Oh, well. I feel personally called out right now.
It happens to all of us.
You mean like that streaming service I haven't watched in 6 months but keep paying for?
Exactly that. Or the gym membership you never ever use. This eclipse in Virgo is very detail-oriented.
Because Virgo loves detail.
Virgo loves details. So it is a great week for Leos to sit down, look at their bank statements line by line and say, why am I paying for this?
It is time to clean house.
It is financial house cleaning. And the goal, according to the alignment of the stars, is to build a secure future.
Right.
It is not just about saving pennies for no reason. It is about making sure your foundation is totally strong.
That makes total sense. You can't build a castle on a swamp. You need a solid foundation first.
That is a great analogy for Leo, since Leo is represented by the lion, the king or queen of the jungle.
Right.
You need a solid kingdom. You cannot rule effectively if your treasury is leaking money everywhere.
That is so true. Now, you mentioned earlier that this isn't just about cash. It is about core values.
Yes, core values.
How do we make the jump from canceling a streaming service to something as deep as core values?
This is where the data gets really interesting. In astrology, the money zone, which is the second house, is also the value
The
zone.
value zone.
It represents what you value in life and also how you value yourself.
How you value yourself, like self-worth.
Yes, your self-worth. The alignment suggests this is a very powerful time to advocate for yourself.
Oh, I like that phrasing.
It specifically indicates that if you, as a Leo, feel underpaid, this eclipse provides the exact energy you need to speak up.
So if you have been working hard, doing a great job, but your paycheck doesn't show it at all,
Then this week, especially right around Tuesday, is the time to realize that fact.
Yeah.
You might wake up and think, wait a minute, I am worth much more than this.
trusting your high value.
Exactly. It is about knowing your worth and not being afraid to ask for what you deserve. That is the true core lesson of this eclipse.
Right.
If you accept crumbs, you will starve. The eclipse is here to tell you that you deserve the whole loaf of bread.
That is some really powerful stuff for Tuesday.
It is a big day.
So Tuesday is the big, heavy day with the eclipse. But life goes on for the rest of the week. Let's look at how this money stuff plays out day by day.
Good plan. So we move on to Wednesday, March 4th.
And the data here labels this part the surprise. That sounds pretty fun.
It usually is very fun. On Wednesday, March 4th, the planet Venus connects with the planet Uranus.
Okay, Venus and Uranus. What does that specific mix give us?
Well, Venus is the planet that rules money and love. And Uranus is the planet of surprises, sudden changes, and lightning strikes.
So sudden money.
Very possibly. The expert analysis of the transits points to a sudden positive surprise regarding shared resources.
Shared resources. What does that mean in plain English for the listener?
Shared resources usually means money that comes from other people, not just your regular salary.
I see.
So this could be a bank loan getting approved totally unexpectedly, or maybe a tax refund is way bigger than you thought it would be.
Or maybe just finding a $20 bill in an old winter coat pocket.
It could be exactly that simple. Or an unexpected gift from a family member. It is something that just pops up out of the blue to help your bank account.
That is great.
It is a nice little cosmic pat on the back after all the heavy lifting of the eclipse on Tuesday.
I love those kinds of days. So Wednesday sounds really good. But I do see a warning here for later in the week. Saturday, March 7th.
Yes.
It's labeled The Trap.
We really have to watch out for Saturday. This is crucial because it can undo all the good work if you aren't careful.
What exactly happens in the sky on Saturday?
On Saturday, Venus meets Neptune. Now, Neptune is a very different planet from Uranus.
How so?
Neptune is like a thick fog. It is dreamy. It is about imagination, but it can also be about total illusions.
Illusions. That doesn't sound very good for your money.
It isn't. When Venus, which represents your money, meets Neptune, which represents fog, you just can't see things clearly.
You are blind to the reality.
Exactly. The specific danger mentioned in the data is being tempted to buy a beautiful but totally useless item.
Oh, I know that feeling all too well. You see something shiny in the store window, it looks amazing. You convince yourself it will change your whole life.
That is Neptune at work. You get caught up in the pure fantasy of the item. You aren't seeing the object for what it is, you're seeing the fantasy.
Right.
You think, if I buy these shoes, I will be as cool as a movie star.
So you buy them, you get them home, and you realize...
You realize they don't actually fit, or you have literally nowhere to wear them, or they were just way too expensive for your budget. It was an illusion.
So what is the best advice for Leo on Saturday?
Keep the wallet firmly closed. Remember the energy from earlier in the week?
The eclipse energy.
Yes. Stick to those strictly practical saving strategies you set up on Tuesday. If you really want the item, just wait until Monday to buy it.
So on Tuesday, we are cleaning up our finances, getting really smart. On Wednesday, we might get a nice little surprise.
Mhm.
But on Saturday, we have to be super careful not to blow it all on something silly.
That is the perfect summary of the money flow. It is a big test of your willpower on Saturday. The stars are testing to see if you actually learned the lesson from Tuesday.
Okay, if you are a Leo, you heard the data. Do not buy the shiny thing on Saturday. Just wait a few days.
Yes, wait it out.
Let's shift gears a little bit here. We talked a lot about money, but what about work? What about your career this week?
Career is a very big focus, too. And it ties right back in with that practical energy we started with.
I see this section here is called Practical Beginnings.
Yes, because the week starts with that Virgo eclipse we talked about. Your professional life needs a very practical approach right out of the gate.
So keep it grounded.
Very grounded. It is not the time for big, wild dreams at work, at least not on Monday and Tuesday. It is a time for being completely organized.
Being efficient. Making lists of what to do.
Exactly. Clearing out your email inbox, organizing your digital files, doing all the boring stuff that makes everything run smoothly.
The daily grind.
It is about chopping wood and carrying water, as they say.
If you try to be the flashy showman on Monday, it might not land very well with the boss.
It will completely clash with the energy. Be the
Yeah.
reliable operator instead.
Okay, so we get organized early on. Then comes Wednesday, March 5th, and I see a note here about hidden help.
This is actually one of my favorite parts of the forecast for this week. On March 5th, the sun connects with lucky Jupiter.
Lucky Jupiter. We always like seeing Jupiter.
Everyone likes Jupiter. Jupiter brings expansion, it brings growth, and it brings pure luck.
Right.
And because of where this is happening in the Leo chart, the data shows the support comes from hidden sources.
Hidden sources, like a secret agent or something.
Maybe not quite that dramatic, but think of them as totally secret allies.
Secret allies. That sounds a little mysterious.
It just means there might be people at your company who are rooting for you and you don't even know it.
Oh, wow.
Maybe your boss is in a closed-door meeting with the big bosses, a room you have never even been in, and they say something really nice about your work ethic.
That is a really nice thought. To know that people have your back, even when you aren't looking at them.
It is a great feeling. It gives you a deep sense of confidence. You are being supported from behind the scenes.
Right.
So even if you feel like nobody is watching you type away at your desk, do your absolute best work. Someone is watching, and they are impressed by you.
So keep doing good work, because the right people are definitely noticing.
Precisely. And then the whole vibe at work changes completely on Thursday, March 6th.
This is when Venus enters Aries, right? We mentioned this shift earlier.
Yes, we did. And we need to really talk about this shift. Venus entering Aries is a very big deal.
Because Aries is a fire sign, just like Leo.
Correct. So when Venus moves into Aries, it is like adding gasoline to a fire. The mood goes straight from practical Virgo to fiery Aries.
So what does that mean for your daily job?
It means you will suddenly feel inspired, you will feel hungry for more, you will really want to learn new skills.
The notes say new skills to help the career.
You won't want to just sit there and do the same old boring thing anymore. You will feel a strong push to expand yourself.
Like taking a class.
Yes. Maybe you want to take a class on public speaking. Maybe you want to learn a brand new software program that your company uses. It is a very proactive energy.
So if a Leo listener has been thinking about signing up for a workshop or a seminar, this is the time to do it.
Absolutely. Do it on Thursday or Friday. The planetary energy is absolutely perfect for starting something new that makes you better at what you do.
You take charge.
You aren't waiting to be taught. You are out hunting for knowledge.
Be bold.
Be bold. However,
There is always a however with these charts, isn't there?
there usually is. We have to look at Sunday, March 8th. The section is called the test.
That does not sound like a fun, relaxing Sunday.
It is a very serious one. On Sunday, Venus meets strict Saturn.
Saturn is the taskmaster planet, isn't he?
Saturn is the teacher who gives you a ton of homework on the weekend. Saturn is heavy, serious, and very demanding. He checks the margins.
So what happens when Venus meets Saturn?
You might face a tough exam, or if you happen to work on weekends, you might have a strict boss demanding absolute perfection from you.
Absolute perfection. No pressure at all.
It is a lot of pressure. Saturn does not accept good enough.
So the lesson is, don't try to cut corners on Sunday.
Never cut corners with Saturn. That is the main advice. Be thorough. Check your work twice.
Right.
If you are studying for a test, study hard. Don't just skim the book. If you hand in sloppy work during a Saturn transit, it will be noticed immediately and it will be criticized.
So, tough love on Sunday. But if you do the hard work, you'll be okay.
Yes. Saturn always rewards hard work, but you have to put the actual effort in first.
Okay, so that is the work week. Yeah. Organized start on Monday and Tuesday, a lucky break in the middle, feeling really inspired on Thursday, and then a final exam on Sunday.
That is the complete career arc for the week.
Now, let's get to the fun part, or at least I really hope it is fun. Love, romance, and your social life.
This is where that shift to Aries really shines. But first, we have a nice little social bump on Wednesday, March 4th.
The notes call it social butterfly mode.
Yes. On March 4th, the moon enters the sign of Libra.
Libra is the sign of partnerships and balance, right?
It is. And for Leo, Libra rules the communication sector. So when the moon is in that sector, you just want to talk.
You want to chat with the neighbors over the fence? You want to text all your friends?
You are feeling very social. It is a really great break from that heavy financial focus we talked about earlier in the week.
Yeah, that eclipse stuff was heavy.
Tuesday is for worrying about money, but Wednesday is for having coffee with a friend and just gossiping and catching up.
I love that. We all need those days. It acts like a pressure release valve for the brain.
It totally does. But the real excitement in love starts on Friday, March 6th.
Venus enters Aries. We mentioned this for work, how it brings ambition. But what does it do for your love life?
Oh, for love, it is huge. The expert analysis calls it a massive burst of fiery and passionate energy.
Whoa, massive burst.
Remember, Venus is the planet of love, and Aries is the sign of the warrior, the pioneer. It is bold, it is brave, and it loves to take risks.
So love basically becomes an adventure.
Exactly. Love feels like a grand adventure. Leos will want to travel, they will want to expand their horizons.
Oh, no staying at home.
Right. They won't want to sit on the couch and watch TV. They will want to go out and do something completely exciting with their partner.
That sounds amazing. So we are moving from staying in and chilling to what? Skydiving.
Maybe skydiving, or at least trying that spicy new restaurant on the other side of town that you've never been to.
That sounds great for couples. But what about the single Leos out there?
Yes. What does this mean for the singles? For the singles, this is a very interesting week.
Why is that?
First, because of the eclipse on Tuesday, you are in a mindset of cleaning house in your love life too, not just your money.
Letting go of the bad dates.
Letting go of superficial connections. If you are dating someone just because they are cute, but they are boring or mean, the eclipse says, goodbye.
You want more than that?
You are looking for genuine worth.
You want the real deal.
You do.
Yeah.
And then when Venus enters Aries on Friday, you are fully ready to find it. The forecast says you might meet someone from a totally different background or culture.
Oh, interesting. Someone completely different from your usual type.
Yes. Someone who completely captivates your fiery heart. Because Aries energy really likes things that are new and different.
So the advice for singles is to just be brave.
Don't be afraid to take a brave risk in love. Go to that new place. Talk to that person you think is totally out of your league.
Break the pattern.
Stop looking for your usual type. If you usually date accountants, go talk to the artist. The romantic spark comes from the unfamiliar this week.
I really love that advice. And for the couples, you mentioned adventure earlier.
Adventure, yes. But there is also a very deep, quiet moment on Saturday, March 7th.
The data says the sun meets Mercury.
Right. The sun is Leo's ruling planet. It represents your soul, your core self. Mercury is the planet of communication. When they meet up, it brings brilliant clarity.
Clarity about what exactly?
Deep thoughts, hidden mysteries. For couples, this is the perfect time to share your absolute deepest secrets with each other.
Bonding on a soul level.
Exactly. So imagine this weekend, you have the fiery passion of Aries making you want to do something fun and wild, but you also have this Sun and Mercury connection making you want to talk about deep, meaningful things.
That sounds like the absolute perfect date night. Go on an adventure, get the adrenaline pumping, and then have a really deep conversation over dinner.
It really is a beautiful combination for romance.
That sounds lovely. But, of course, not everyone gets along with everyone all the time. Let's look at the compatibility corner.
Yes, the best and worst matches for Leo this week.
Let's start positive. Who is the winner this week? Who should Leo hang out with?
The top pick is Libra.
Libra. Why Libra?
Several reasons in the data. First, like we said, the moon enters Libra on Wednesday. This creates a deep desire for harmony in both signs.
So they are naturally on the same wavelength.
They are. Leo brings the bright confidence, especially after that Venus shift into Aries, and Libra just loves that.
They appreciate it.
The text says Libra is totally amazed by Leo's confidence.
Well, Leos do love to be admired.
They do. They love having an audience. And Libra is so great at admiring people and making them feel special. It is a perfect fit.
That is sweet.
Plus, on Thursday, when the sun connects with lucky Jupiter, it brings massive joy to shared conversations between them.
So they will just have fun simply talking to each other?
They will laugh, they will share stories. Both signs love romance. Both signs love making grand gestures.
Making life look totally wonderful.
Exactly. If a Leo and a Libra get together this week, expect happy, very sweet memories.
Okay, so find a Libra friend or partner. But who should we avoid? Who is the worst match?
The sign to avoid this week is Scorpio.
Scorpio. Why is that a bad mix right now?
It is a massive clash of styles. Leo is ruled by the sun. Leo loves the bright light. You want to be out there shining for everyone to see.
And Scorpio.
Scorpio tends to hide in the deep, dark shadows. They are very private. They are highly secretive.
So Leo wants to go out to the party, and Scorpio wants to stay home and close all the curtains.
Sort of. But it is actually deeper than that. On Saturday, the moon enters Scorpio. This brings out those intense, secretive feelings in them. The forecast says this will make Leo feel highly suspicious.
Suspicious, like asking, what are you hiding from me?
Exactly. Why are you being so quiet? And remember the money stress from the eclipse we talked about?
Oh, right. The big financial cleanup. The subscriptions.
Scorpio can be a bit controlling about resources sometimes. The expert advice warns that a Scorpio might try to control how Leo spends their money this week.
Oh, no. Do not tell a Leo how to spend their money.
Yeah.
Especially not this week when they are already stressed about it.
It is a recipe for a total disaster. It touches the exact nerve that is raw from Tuesday, and then on Sunday when strict Saturn shows up.
Scorpio can become very demanding.
Yes, and Leo has a proud spirit.
Leo will completely reject those strict rules.
Totally reject them. So the best advice is just to keep your distance.
Just for this week, right?
Just for this week. The clash between the sunny nature of Leo and the dark moods of Scorpio will be very stressful. Save yourself the headache. Give each other some space.
Makes sense.
It is not a breakup. It is just a mismatch of current energies.
Good boundaries make good neighbors. Let's move on and talk about health and wellness. How are Leos feeling physically this week?
It is a bit of a roller coaster. The energy levels will fluctuate a lot.
Up and down?
Yes. We start with a low point.
That would be the eclipse again.
Correct. Tuesday, March 3rd, the lunar eclipse. Eclipses are highly intense. They take a lot out of you physically.
So they are physically draining.
You might feel a sudden drop in your bright vitality. You might just feel tired, heavy, unmotivated.
So Tuesday is not the day to decide to run a marathon.
Definitely not. Tuesday is not the day for a personal best at the gym either. The advice is to avoid strenuous workouts early in the week. Stick to very gentle movement.
Like going for a walking.
Walking is perfect. Yoga. Light stretching. Just take it easy. Listen to your body.
Don't force it.
If you push too hard against the eclipse energy, you will just burn yourself out completely.
But then the energy shifts. The bottom of the roller coaster comes back up later in the week.
Then comes the high point. Friday, March 6th, Venus enters Aries.
The fire returns.
Your natural fire will completely return. You will feel ready to conquer the world again.
So that is the day to hit the gym hard.
Yes. It is the perfect time to try a new, exciting sport. Maybe kickboxing, dancing, something really active, something with a little punch and speed to it.
But we do have one safety warning from the data.
Safety first, always. What do we need to watch out for?
It is that Sunday transit again. Venus meeting Saturn.
Saturn affects health too.
Yes. Saturn rules bones and joints, knees, ankles, teeth.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
So the warning here is to be very careful with your joints and bones.
So be brave and active on the weekend, but don't be reckless about it.
Exactly. If you are doing that new exciting sport we talked about, make sure you actually warm up.
Good advice.
Make sure you have the right shoes on. Don't jump off something too high and land hard.
Protect those knees and ankles. Be active, but be smart about the impact.
Okay, we are nearing the end of our detailed analysis of the week. But before we go, every Leo needs their lucky cheat sheet.
Of course. The lucky details to carry with them.
Let's start with the look. What is the color of the week?
The lucky color is gold.
Gold. That is absolutely perfect for Leo.
It is the color of royalty. It is the color of the sun, which rules Leo. It fits the whole vibe perfectly.
And for those who like the specific internet color code, it is hashtag FFD700.
Wear something gold this week. Or maybe just wear some gold jewelry if you have it. It will help you tune into your natural power.
I love it. What about the lucky numbers?
Get your pens ready. The lucky numbers for Leo are 1, 10, 17, 28, 39, and 50.
Can you say those one more time?
1, 10, 17, 28, 39, 50.
Got it. And finally, what are the best days of the week?
We have 3 standout days, March 4th, March 5th, and March 6th.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Yes. These are the days right in the middle of the week, the sweet spot.
Right.
Wednesday has the social Libra moon, Thursday has the lucky Jupiter connection, and Friday has the entry of Venus into Aries.
So just get through the heavy Monday and Tuesday, enjoy the amazing middle of the week, and then be a little careful on the weekend.
That is the ultimate strategy.
This has been such a helpful breakdown of the data. I feel like I know exactly what to expect.
That is the goal. Knowledge is power, especially when you know what the planets are doing.
So if you had to leave our Leo listeners with just one final thought, one takeaway to carry with them this week, what would it be?
I would say this. Don't let the heavy start ruin the fun ending.
Right.
The universe is asking you to do your chores first. Clean up the money, face the debt, organize the desk. Do all that so that when the weekend comes, you are actually free to enjoy the adventure without guilt.
Deal with the past so you can fully enjoy the future. Clear the decks.
Exactly. If you ignore the hard work on Tuesday, you will carry that stress into the weekend, and you will completely miss the magic of Venus in Aries. Do the work, earn the reward,
So true.
pay the debt, have the tough conversation about money. Once that is done, you are free to enjoy the adventure.
That is great advice. And I was just thinking about this. Eclipses operate in cycles, right?
Yes, they do. Usually every 6 months.
So what happens this week with this Virgo eclipse is going to echo 6 months from now during the next eclipse season.
That is exactly how it works.
So the choices you, the listener, make today about your money and your boundaries, you are literally writing the script for your life in September. If you do the cleanup now, your future self is going to be so thankful.
That is a brilliant point. You are setting up your own future success.
Well, thank you so much for guiding us through the stars today.
It was absolutely my pleasure.
And thank you to all of you out there for listening to the episode on Horoscope TV for the week of March 2nd to March 8th, 2026.
We really hope it is a wonderful week for you.
If you enjoyed this conversation, please subscribe to Horoscope TV. That way, you will get notified right away when the next episode is available. You really don't want to miss what the stars have in store for you next.
Definitely not.
Until next time, keep looking up.
Goodbye, everyone.